Okay, first impressions. I just took the cover, or the bottom plate rather, off of this pedal, so this is upside down. It still has all that gunk all over it because I'm still pulling all the components out. But I really, really dig the way that this looks like it's laid out. I think I'm going to be able to pull all this stuff out fairly easily. So I wanted to just sort of show how nicely this stuff is put in there so that it can be disconnected. So there are a number of separate boards. So the input and output jack are both wired on separate boards with, it looks like, quick disconnects going to the main board, which is awesome. So I can just unscrew those, pull those out. This main board I can pull out, screws there. You see one down there. You see a couple of screws here. Not sure what that board is. Love when manufacturers do this. This is the 9-volt battery compartment. This is the bottom of it, so there's the top. It has a little latch that you push down in order to pop open the lid, and Ibanez did that on a lot of their pedals. Those sound tank pedals were a little bit different. You had a top cover that you had to remove, but generally those early 90s pedals had that little side latch, so that was nice. But here's what I'm talking about. You've got this nice big hole right here where you can just feed the battery connection right through, so you don't have to worry about disconnecting any of that stuff. This is all mechanical here. This is the assembly for the actual wah pedal itself. That down there is probably where the other part of the pivot connect. Well, actually, no. It looks like there's a switch right there. That's some sort of an actuator. When you push the pedal down, it connects there. Again, don't know a whole lot about these pedals, so still working on it. This is odd. This little foot switch and auto wah switch here. It looks like that's held on with a Allen screw, so I'll be able to take that out. Lots of really neat stuff going on. So again, to what I was saying in a prior video, make sure that when you're taking this stuff out, you're keeping track of the steps that you're taking it out in so that you can actually get it back together. This is going to be quite a beast to pull all this crap out of here, but well, I'm going to start with the input and the output jack and get those out of there because those are connected to the chassis. The knobs are not connected to the chassis, they're connected to the PCB, so when I loosen that board, presumably those knobs will just come with it. So I'll just keep that stuff in there for now. I'm not sure what the top of this board looks like, what the components look like, so we'll be able to see visually whether we've got any fried resistors or anything like that going on. But yeah, lots of really good looking solder joints back here. Not a lot of like staining or anything like that to show that there was moisture in here. That looks like flux potentially, so I'm not really that worried about that. Got some kind of dull looking solder joints, but everything looks like it's connected. It doesn't look like anything's broken or anything like that. The other weird thing, when I opened this up and took the back panel off, there's a spring. So I'm not sure where that spring came from, and it was just kind of rattling around in there after I took the back off. Now, before I took the back off, it was fixed, so I think that it might be this odd screw that was right in the middle here, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with, it doesn't look mechanical or anything like that, so it doesn't look like there was a screw down there. Could have just been for grounding, I don't know. It's just really weird, because it just doesn't make sense that there would be a screw or a spring like that anywhere in here. So anyway, we'll get into it a little bit more. We'll start to take it apart, and we'll continue to look at it as we take it apart.